the skid in dramatic fashion last night with his 5th career walk-off home run. Tonight, Wandy Rodriguez takes the mound as the Astros try to split the series with the Diamondbacks. Next on Fox Sports Houston. Live from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, Fox Sports Houston brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight, it's the Astros versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Jim Deshaies. Last night, the Astros snapped their second 8-game losing streak of the year, and they really won a thriller, JD.
Yeah, first win in a while. First career home run for Tommy Manzella. First home run of the year from Carlos Lee. It was a game winner in the bottom of the ninth. Fun ball game.
It really was. Now, our Jaguar matchup is brought to you by the 2011 Jaguar XJ.
It's the kind of win where you think maybe this will be a springboard for something bigger and better. The problem is you got to get through Dan Herron first, one of the best pitchers in the National League. He's 3-1 this year with a 450. And be careful. How about the stick? He's 9 for 18. He's hitting 500. Wandy is hitting 400. It's kind of crazy. Wandy 1-3 so far this year. Just needs a little help from his teammates. 2.12 run support, lowest in the National League.
That's the matchup as the Astros try to gain a split of this 4-game series. Carlos Lee gave them game number 1 in the win column in this series, and he enjoyed the opportunity to walk off game 4 in a moment. Southwest Airlines. It's another warm one in downtown Houston. The Astros, though, bypass the usual field work. They hit inside where things are a little cooler. It'll be great here at game time with a nice wind coming through the stadium as these two teams conclude this 4-game series. Here's the A.J. Hinch lineup card for the Diamondbacks, who are 13-15. It's Kelly Johnson at second base. Tony Abreu gets his first start of the series at shortstop, batting second. Justin Upton's in right field with Mark Reynolds at third base. It's Adam LaRoche hanging in well against lefties at first base. Chris Young of Houston in center field. Rusty Ryle in left field. Chris Snyder of Houston, the catcher. Dan Herron, the pitcher.
Wandy Rodriguez pitching for the Astros tonight. He got one win, 3 losses, and 5 trips to the hill. A very respectable 3.64 ERA for the lefty. 19 strikeouts, 9 walks. But highlighted there with the little arrow, run support, 2.1 runs per game. Just not enough to get it done. He's allowed a couple long balls, leading 304 against them defensively. Lee Bourne and Pence cover left, center, and right. Jeff Blum gets a start at third base tonight. Manzella and Keppinger handle the middle of the diamond. Lance Berkman down there at first base. And Humberto Quintero, who's been Wandy's catcher, he's back there again tonight. Really impressed with Kevin Cash last night. His first start in an Astro uniform. He took control of that game behind the dish.
Well, he did for a guy who just joined the club hours before. He did a sensational job. Now Kelly Johnson, who's tied for the league home run lead with 9. He has 18 runs batted in, a 286 average for this potent leadoff hitter. He takes strike 1. Johnson 2 for 14 in this series. He's tied for the extra base hit lead in the National League. It's a 1-1 count as game number 4 gets underway, and Wandy Rodriguez shoots for his second win. That one's to left field. Carlos Lee watching it fly, and that one's headed for the seats, and it's a leadoff homer by Kelly Johnson. Number 10 of the year for Johnson gives Arizona a quick 1-0 advantage here in the first inning. It nestled into the Landry's Crawford boxes and was slicing, but stayed well fair.
A great approach for a left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. Keep that front shoulder close, just stay on the ball. And certainly in this ballpark, just carve it the other way. Well, that's all right, Ronnie just gives the hitter something to shoot for. Takes one to win anyway.
Well, that's 1-0. Now there's ball 1 to Tony Abreu. Abreu, the switch hitting infielder, smashes a line drive to left field. And it's back-to-back hits by the high-powered D-backs, who lead the league in runs scored, in total bases, in doubles, and in slugging percentage.
It's the kind of team that can really ambush you early if you're not on your game, and cue out to have a chat with Wandy. Dangerous hitters coming up from Upton, Reynolds, and LaRoche. Young behind them. There's a lot of power in this lineup.
That was his 7th career leadoff homer for Johnson a moment ago, and now it's Justin Upton.
Well, you can call him KJ or you can call him Kelly, but you don't have to call him Johnson.
218 for Jay Up with 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. Upton 2 for 12 in this series with a homer to center field.
Hey.
That's ball 1. A.J. Hinch's club has jumped out in front. 42 homers for Arizona, including the Johnson drive. Wandy goes up for it. And there's the feed and the turn by Keppinger. 1-4-3 double play.
Wandy fields his position well. Has to hesitate a beat here, and does. Goes up and gets that, and then a good feed to Keppinger. One more time for you. Turn, square the shoulder, step and throw. Probably like 6 guys in the middle of that diamond yelling, step and throw, step and throw. Because I think pitchers are dumb.
Well, we saw it last night in the 9th inning from Matt Lindstrom, and now 2 double plays in as many innings started by Houston pitchers. Mark Reynolds with 9 homers has 24 driven in, a .545 slugging percentage for Reynolds. He's 3 for 12 in this series. That one goes foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Reynolds is in the top 3 in slugging percentage in the National League, off to an outstanding start. Diamondbacks go back home to play Milwaukee. They'll be home for a week. This has been a lengthy road trip for them. They're 5-5 in the first 10 games of the 11-game trip. They're 4.5 out of first in their division. Curveball bounces, and it's 1-2. Meanwhile, the San Diego Padres start a series here tomorrow night as A.J. Hinch's club goes home. Diamondbacks are 7-5 at home. They're 6-10 on the road. Foul back, and it's still 1-2 with Adam LaRoche on deck.
And the West, it's funny because the Dodgers are 5 games below 500 now. Their pitching is in a little bit disarray. Giants and Padres now tied atop that division. Padres, surprising team probably in all of baseball.
They sure are. 2-2. Reynolds just 26 years old, and he's close to 100 home runs already in his career. He's 98 at the moment. 3-2 to Mark Reynolds.
Strikes out a lot. He's a record holder single season, but he also draws a fair number of walks. Typically works a deep count.
And he takes a walk, his 18th of the year. LaRoche the batter. As you may have seen on that lineup, LaRoche has hit lefties well. Different looking lineup tonight with the lefty Rodriguez on the mound, with Abreu starting at shortstop and Ryle in left field. LaRoche holds his position at first with a .271 average. .400 average against lefties for LaRoche.
It's silly to take him out of the lineup against the southpaw.
Almost got hit. Throw down to first. Reynolds back. Now LaRoche is off to a much better start than normal.
You had 15 in the pool, 15 pitches before Q made that throw to first base. He got Chris Young at third base the other night.
It's 2-0.
Diamondback base runners have been warned.
Diamondbacks have not done a lot of running. They really haven't had to this year with all the power they have. Good curve. Makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Wandy's 2-4 in his career against Arizona. He's lost 3 straight decisions to this club. His last start, he gave up 10 hits in 5 innings in the 10-1 loss in Atlanta. And there were some fielding problems behind him. Only 2 of the 5 runs he allowed were earned. First 2 starts for Wandy, the Astros were shut out 3-0 and 5-0. Foul ball, and then he was involved in a no decision at Chicago. He gave up 2 runs in 7 innings. Came out, and the Astros won it in the 10th 3-2. His win came here over Pittsburgh 5-2.
So the run support has been low. The fielding support not so good, but the moral support has been outstanding.
Swing and a miss and an inside pitch, and LaRoche is down on strikes. Leadoff homer by Kelly Johnson gets the Diamondbacks off and rolling 1-0. Carlos Lee in left, Lance Berkman at first base. Hunter Pence plays right field. Jeff Plum is at third base tonight, with Tommy Manziel, the shortstop. Humberto Quintero, the catcher. Wandy Rodriguez, the pitcher.
Dan Herron, in his third season with the Diamondbacks, he's been an all-star each of the last 3 years. And 2 of those with Arizona. 6 starts this year, 3-1 with a 4.5 earned run average. Yeah, good stuff. Good heater, good split finger pitch.
Michael Bourne hits one to left. Ryle back, playing it off the wall, and Ryle throws into second with Bourne streaking in there and sliding, and he's safe. He went in hard at second base. Close play.
He had to go hard because that ball so sharply hit off the wall, and well played out there by Ryle. Boy, it looked like they were going to get him. And, they must have just missed the tag because it looked like the ball got there ahead of Michael.
It certainly did.
Kelly Johnson starts the game with a home run. Bourne tries to answer, comes up just a little bit short. Really well played. Let's take a look. Good call. He got that corner.
That was a good call.
Brian Johnson caught the ball. He was somewhat in an awkward position. Couldn't turn and apply the tag quickly enough.
Now Michael's in scoring position for Jeff Keppinger, who takes strike one. Michael had a leadoff double in the first inning Tuesday night. The Arizona 1-0 win, but the Astros could only get him as far as third base. Keppinger 259, driven in 9. That's the 9th double for Michael. Leads the club. Keppinger taps it foul.
Not likely to try to steal third base here with nobody out. That's a play you usually save for 1-out situations. With nobody out, you feel pretty comfortable that the guys behind you can get you around without taking that risk. But I wouldn't be surprised if, not in this at bat, but the next, if Keppinger doesn't get him over, that he tries to steal. Because Herron, even though he tries to use that slide step, he's got a pretty slow delivery.
1-2.
He's not using a real big leg kick, but he's got that little bit of a hesitation and real long arm action.
Keppinger is 0 for 8 in this series. Carlos Lee's on deck. And there's a strikeout for Herron for out number 1.
What a big strikeout for Danny Herron, a guy in Keppinger who doesn't strike out very much at all. Here's the defense for the Diamondbacks. You saw that nice play by Ryle and left. Young made a super play here the other night, up in a big arm and right. Abreu gets the start at short tonight. And Chris Snyder, Houston man, behind the dish for Danny Herron. I feel that the D-backs a little bit out of sync last night. A couple misplays. A couple play didn't get turned, really hurt him.
Carlos Lee with a 200 batting average has 1 homer, 8 runs batted in. First time his batting average has been that high since after the second game of the season. Turned back by Herron to second base, and Lee ended a drought of 162 at bats between homers with his game winner in the 9th last night. That's the second longest home run drought of his career. The only longer one his rookie season of '99. He had 170 at bats without a homer. Late slider, and it's 0-1. Well, that pitch looked like a fastball.
This is that long arm action I'm talking about. He tries to hasten his delivery with the leg kick, doesn't take the big high leg kick. That's real slow. It almost looks slow motion. He's so slow.
It did look like slow motion.
He's very deliberate.
No balls, 2 strikes. Herron is 5th in the league in strikeouts.
So he's shown 2 real good sliders to Carlos. He finished Keppinger off with a good sinker. He's got a split finger pitch that can be an out pitch for him. Also has a curveball.
He's 3-2 in his career against the Astros. He's won his last 3 decisions against Houston. It's 1-2. And last year he beat Wandy Rodriguez 4-3 in Arizona, giving up 3 runs in 7 innings. Herron in his career has won 82 and lost 63. He was a second-round pick of the Cardinals in 01. They traded him to Oakland. Arizona got him in a deal before the 08 season. Last year, Danny was 14-10. His ERA was 3.14. He was the opening day starter for the D-backs this year. That was his second opening day start.
223 strikeouts last year, walked just 38 men.
2-2.
And he was a guy victimized last year by poor run support. He easily could have been up around 20 wins and would have been in the conversation for that Cy Young award.
His last start, he gave up 10 hits, 3 runs in 6 innings. Got a no decision at Chicago on Saturday. And he gets another strikeout. 2 in a row, and now he faces Lance Berkman.
Stayed with that slider.
Berkman is 4 for 14 against Herron in his career. Comes up with a .213 average, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Lance is 2 for 9 in this series. Trying for a big 2-out hit to drive home Bourne and tie the game. It's in tight. That's a strike call.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a couple pitches in that first inning that I thought, in the top half of the inning that I thought were really good pitches that he called balls. And this one clearly off the plate. Segek's energy indicating that that pitch was inside.
Looked like it. No balls, 2 strikes for Dan Herron against Lance Berkman.
They got a little help from the umpire. They got a little help from Lance, and he's no balls and 2 strikes without hitting the strike zone.
Chris Snyder's caught all 4 games in this 4-game series. He's gone 217 games since he made his last error. That's the 3rd longest streak by a catcher in Major League history. Mike Matheny has the longest, 252. Mike Redmond's second at 249, and his is still alive for Minnesota. In tight to Berkman that time, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
I don't mean to diss Chris Snyder, a little sharp, but when you think about catchers and errors, that's it's not a real good way to quantify a catcher. It's interesting though.
Berkman's down on strikes, and after the leadoff double, Herron strikes out Keppinger, Lee, and Berkman to maintain a 1-0 lead through 1. At 9 with his new team, the White Sox. Jason Hayward, a rookie, with 8. Alex Gonzalez has 8 for the Blue Jays, and Rod Barajas 7 for the Mets.
This guy's vying for the sudden impact award.
Strike 1. And Young taking. He's at 299. Chris with 4 homers has 24 runs batted in. That's tied for 3rd in the league. He's on a 5-game hitting streak right now, and 5 for 12 in this series. Ground ball and backhanded. Manzella off balance throw. It's a hit for Young. 6-game hitting streak despite the best efforts of the Astros shortstop.
Yeah, the only way you get young there is if he blows out a hammy going down the line. But this is a significant improvement from the last inning, because the last inning was a leadoff home run to get things started. It's just a measly infield single. Manzella showing nice range, gobbling that up. Boy, that double play he turned last time around.
That was top-notch stuff. Rusty Ryle's the batter. Ryle does not get many starts. He can play several positions. And he's hitting .400 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. The skipper, A.J. Hinch, was talking about Ryle before the game tonight. He's had 20 at-bats, and he thought this would be a good matchup to get him in the lineup against a lefty and play him in left field in a ballpark with a short left field. Gerardo Parra has been playing the first 3 games, a left-handed batter in left field in this series. And Hinch said, our lineup is so good, it's tough to get the extra guys in, but we need to do that because our bench is good also. And this is the opportunity he selected for Ryle. Strike 1 to Ryle, a 14th round draft choice in 05 from Ponca City, Oklahoma. He is 2 for 2 as a pinch hitter in this series. He went to Oklahoma State.
His dad was a big leaguer, Mark Ryle.
Oh, yeah. An outfielder. No balls, 2 strikes. So Parra and Drew both resting tonight.
Big swing at the curveball. Q with the backswing, trying to apologize. Q, that's old Hatford Q. He gets a couple of those a game.
Sure does.
Usually catches one in the back of the head.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryle hit .290 at Reno last year with 17 homers, 70 runs batted in. Chris Snyder on deck. And that is a strikeout for Wandy Rodriguez, number 2.
Gives you an idea how good Wandy's curveball is. Most times when a pitcher strikes a guy out swinging with a curveball, it's a pitch that finishes out of the strike zone. That ball's still knee high when Q catches it.
Chris Snyder ripped a big 3-run homer on Monday night. The Diamondbacks win. 1 of 5 home runs he's hit. In 16, and there's ball 1 to Chris. His numbers are outstanding. 2 for 6 in this series. He's drawn 6 walks, 4 of those intentional.
He won't draw intentional walks tonight. Not with Herron in the lineup behind him.
That's a good point. Herron is 9 for 18. Snyder homered last Thursday and Friday at Wrigley Field against the Cubs. 2-0 to the Houston product from Springwoods High School and the University of Houston. Miguel Montero, who took over as the starter last year when Snyder was hurt, still a ways away from returning to the lineup after knee surgery. Strike makes it 2-1 for Wandy Rodriguez. Brett Myers battled through 7 very good innings last night. Night before, Roy Oswalt went 7 and lost a tough 1-0 affair. Felipe Paulino went 6 Monday night, so this turn through the Astros rotation, things are going pretty well.
Nice change up there.
Sure was. 2-2.
Doesn't get a big spread in velocity between his fastball and his changeup, but he gets enough. The fastball typically 89 to 92. That changeup at 84. Got good sinking action on it.
It's Bud Norris and Matt Latos tomorrow night at 7:05 in the San Diego series opener. That's strike 3. Number 3 for Wandy. Dan Herron is next.
Well, it looks like he's got the feel for that curveball, and generally that means a tough night for the opposing hitters.
Aaron has put together a 5-game hitting streak. Of his 9 hits, 2 have been doubles. He has an RBI. He had a 4-hit game against St. Louis. Bouncer back to Wandy. No runs, a hit, and a man stranded. Arizona 1, Houston 0.
Only $20 with the 10 for $20 plan. That's only $2 a game and a savings of $50 per plan. You can get yours at Astros.com. 10 games for $20, Brownie.
Can't beat that, Bart.
That's sweet.
We look forward to the weekend around here. Don't forget to wear your pink on Sunday. Bart, I think, is working on Sunday on Mother's Day. And the Astros are trying to get everybody to wear pink and pink out the park for Mother's Day and to support breast cancer research on Sunday. Hunter Pence leads it off. Bottom of the second inning. He got a rest Monday night. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Taps one to third. Charged by Reynolds. One pitch, one out here for Herron.
Reynolds got victimized by Pence's hustle the other night. Routine, appeared to be a fairly routine ground ball. Hesitated just a second. Hunter got an infield hit out of it. This time Reynolds making sure he came hard.
Jeff Blum getting the call at third base tonight, is making his third start at third base. He's made 8 starts at first base. There's a breakdown on Jeff. 341 left-handed with 4 runs batted in.
Always been better from this side of the plate.
He is 0 for 3 against Dan Herron. Pedro Feliz is 3 for 28 against Herron. Feliz resting tonight as the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Blummer. Left-handed hitters are hitting 33 points higher this year against Herron so far. Foul ball makes it 1-2. Herron's had 4 quality starts out of 6. He was a 16-game winner for Arizona and an All-Star in 08. And for Oakland, a 15-game winner and All-Star in 07. Strike 3 call. There's a hesitation there by Mike Winters before he rang it up on Jeff Blum.
Well, and it was kind of ugly the way Chris Snyder caught it. It looked like a good pitch, but the way he caught it, that may be part of the reason why Blum is upset. I don't know what that ball did. That's the kind of action you'd see if you saw it from the dugout. You'd say, hey, check that ball.
There was a lot of movement from Snyder on that. Tommy Manzella takes ball one.
Maybe Snyder thought his ball was going to run the other way, and it just cut a little bit on him.
Manzella hit his first major league long ball last night. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got the ball, gave it to his dad, who was not able to be here last night. 1 homer, 5 runs batted in, and a .224 average. He's 2 for 9 in this series. Big thrill, and it came off Lopez.
That slider right now is mesmerizing the Astro hitters. They've got no clue. Last night he had a clue. He got his first major league home run off the Mexican Greg Maddux. Rigo Lopez.
And Snyder comes up with it for a strikeout. Number 5 for Herron in a quick second inning. Still 1-0 Arizona. Johnson ripped a 1-1 pitch to left field seats for that first run of the game. He gets a curve and it's ball 1. Scott Olson of Washington has no hit Atlanta through 6 with a 1-0 lead for the Nationals. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tim Hudson is his mound opponent. The run came on a Pudge Rodriguez homer in the 5th.
Pudge off to a nice start.
Oh, it is. Hit in the back by that pitch. Johnson. Second hit batsman for Rodriguez this season.
Well, he was very effective pitching LaRoche inside, struck him out with an inside fastball. And last time, Kelly Johnson hit a fastball away into the Crawford boxes. So it stands to reason that you try to crowd him a little bit. That one just got away from him.
You were talking either last night or the night before about how he closes that shoulder so much at home plate. That pitch just chased him, hit him right in the back.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to get out of the way of that pitch. I mean, if you wanted to hit a batter intentionally, that'd be a good place to go. But that, I guarantee you, that wasn't what was on Wandy's mind. Can't afford to put base runners on this early in the game. Nobody out.
Tony Abreu, single to left field, his first time up, 25 years old, from the Dominican, a former Dodger. Strike 1 to Abreu. He had just 8 at-bats with the Dodgers last year. He came to Arizona in the John Garland trade. Abreu hit .353 at Albuquerque last season. And 218 at-bats there. Ground ball. Blum can't get it. Backhanded. Knocked down and no play for Manzella. Abreu reaching Johnson to second base. On an infield hit for Abreu. He's 2 for 2 now.
Yeah, Tommy Manziel playing for the double play. He's pinched close to the bag. He had a long way to go just to get leather on this ball. Probably one if he had to do it all over again, Jeff Blum would have continued to pursue. I guess he was pinched in a little bit and just didn't have the angle to make a play on that ball either.
Now 2 on, nobody out for Arizona with Upton batting. He bounced into a 1-4-3 double play in the first. That's 4 hits for the D-backs. This one gets by Quintero. He throws to third, and it throws off line with both runners moving up. Q scrambled for it. Fired off that short throw to third base, but he was offline.
Yeah, obviously a pass ball. He just clanked it. I don't know if he's trying to break in a relatively new glove, or you got a goat head in there or what, but that ball just popped out of there. Kind of looked like Snyder did on that one pitch from Herron. Ball might have a little cutting action on it that he didn't anticipate. Had the glove turned the wrong way and couldn't make the adjustment.
Ball 2 to Upton with the Astros infielders playing back. Nobody out in the inning. A 1-0 Arizona lead. There's at second and third. Upton taps it foul.
Yeah, I think if this, even though it's early in the game, if this was a third base only situation, Brad Mills would probably have the infield in with the way Herron's throwing the ball. But if you bring him in here and he pokes a base hit through there, it's going to score 2 runs. Still nobody out in the inning, too. Trying to minimize the damage.
3-1. This Arizona club is averaging 5.57 runs per game. Line shot center field. That'll get Johnson home. Abreu gets a stop sign from Bo Porter, and it's 2-0. A sharp single by Upton.
Well, I'll say sharp. That's one. If they ever come up with that 3D TV bomb, it's coming, right?
Yeah.
This one comes right back at you. Man, that was scary.
Yeah,
that ball
on the
was
floor.
Torched.
Really ripped. Now 2-0 lead. Runners at first and third. Nobody out for Reynolds.
Wandy's stuff is good tonight. Good curveball, good changeup. His location has been a little bit spotty. Falling behind and then having to give in to Upton. And he paid the price for it.
Reynolds walked on a full count in the first inning. Mark takes ball 1. Diamondbacks have been a patient bunch. They have averaged more than 4 pitches per plate appearance so far this season. Reynolds looks at it, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count.
Frank DeFord had a good piece the other day on NPR.
Did he?
Yeah, he does a weekly little essay on the radio for them. You could podcast it. You could find it at npr.org. Look for Frank DeFord. But he does it to the Tinker Stever's the Chance poem from years gone by. It's about working the count. So it's the bane of baseball now.
It really is. Deep drive to right sends Pence back to the track. And both runners tag. Upton will stop. Throw going in. And the run scores. Abreu comes home to make it 3-0. Upton just threw the throw to second and then went back on a sac fly by Reynolds, giving him his 25th run batted in.
Wandy gets an out, but pretty good swing put on it by Mark Reynolds. Abreu scores easily.
3-0 Arizona with LaRoche batting next. He struck out in the first inning. Throw goes to first. Upton has 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
So anyway, I think the point that Ford was trying to make is that in this era of baseball with so many good sluggers and so many advanced hitters, pitchers have to be cautious. The hitters are learning to be more patient. So you can't fault either one of them. It's just a byproduct of the talent in the game today and the way the game is played. But they have all these numbers, all the percentages of number of balls put in play is way down. There's more strikeouts and walks, and generally it doesn't add to the pace and the rhythm of the game that you'd like to see.
Strike to LaRoche.
Hence Joe West getting all over the Red Sox and Yankees earlier this year in their 4-hour marathons.
Yes. Now Scott Olson of Washington leads 2-0 after 7, and he still has a no-hitter through 7 and 1 walk and 7 strikeouts against the Braves.
Well, they've got great incentive to pitch well in Washington. Steven Strasburg is going to take somebody's job before too long.
That's a point. 1-1. He was just promoted to AAA. Adam Dunn homered for the Washington. Run number 2 of the night. Runner goes, pickoff throw. Berkman relays onto Manzella with the tag. Safe is the call at second. Ryan Runge indicating he did not tag him.
Now, I'm going to guess that maybe Upton came off the bag. It looked like he was going to beat it initially, but he may have came off the bag. And Manzella pleading his case that he maintained contact. Upton goes on first move, starts inside. Yeah, right there. He's out. Yeah,
yes,
that's exactly what happened. He was in there. Right there, he's safe. But Manzella stays with the play. Upton comes off the bag. On. No, there. But he popped up, and Tommy kept the tag on him. Right there. Yeah, right there is a good look at it. You can see that back foot is clearly off the base.
Ryan Runge looking right at it and called safe. Now a line shot to right. A hit in front of Hunter Pence. He zips it back in toward the plate, cut off by Berkman on a single by LaRoche, getting up into third base.
And the only reason initially that I thought he was probably out is because I don't think Tommy Manzella argues otherwise. Rookie, first month in the league, he's probably not going to make a lot of noise unless he knows he's right. Now
meeting at the mound. Ryan Runge, the umpire at second base. That could have been a really important out for the Astros had they gotten it.
This Day in Astros history is brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center, making cancer history. May 6, 1984, the Astros beat up on a young 19-year-old phenom by the name of Dwight Gooden. 8 runs in the third inning, 10-1 over the Mets. Nolan Ryan, almost twice Gooden's age, scattered 6 hits, got the W. Vito Bailey drove in the first and last runs in that inning. There you go, beats it. He owned Dwight Gooden.
Chris Young looks at ball 1. He reached on the infield single to shortstop first time up. Young's a .338 career hitter against Houston. Over 400 in this ballpark. It's 1-1 to Young. Young really had his struggles last season, but has gotten back on track. Chris hit .212 last year with 15 homers, 42 runs batted in.
Got demoted for a while, didn't he?
Yes, he did. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Sometimes the demotion, the player doesn't know it, but the demotion can really serve a young player well. You're scuffling, and it's very difficult to make changes at the big league level. So much pressure from night to night. A lot of things going on in your head. And sometimes going down to the minor leagues can be just the tonic you need.
Strike to him, and it's 2-2. Well, Young right now has a .356 on base average. His career on base average before this season was only .307. There's a shot on the ground past Blum into the left field corner, scoring a run. And now here's the throw to third by Carlos Lee, the tag by Blum, and they get LaRoche at third base. 4-0 Arizona on Young's hit. That's the 25th RBI for Young.
And he went down, he got a curveball, yanked it down the left field line. A single RBI, 7-5 on the putout. Adam LaRoche is a good player, but he doesn't have a whole lot of foot speed. We're right about the 2 paces before that tag. He's thinking, I wish I had a timeout to use.
Rusty Ryle with Jeff Fulcino warming up in the bullpen. Takes that pitch. That went as an RBI single, as you mentioned, and then Young took second on the throw. Ryle with ball 1. Rodriguez is due up second in the Houston third. On a breaking pitch, he checked his swing. 2-0 with Young at second base. 7 hits already for Arizona. Batting average against Wandy Rodriguez was .304 for the season before this game tonight. 2-1. In this ballpark, Wandy is 32-22 with an ERA of 3.58. Beautiful night above. Hunter Pence in right field backs up and now turns the other direction to get there. In the third inning, Arizona tacks on 3 on 4 hits, stranding a man, and leads 4-0.
How much fun was that today?
Oh, I had a blast. I mean, everybody loves to take BP and to be able to come and do it on in a major league field and just, rely on energy put on this event, and we were able to raise $31,700 for the Boys and Girls Club. It was an amazing time and just something I'll always remember. It was a lot of fun.
Now, a lot of people thought you might be the surprise today because you have a baseball background. You spent some years in the White Sox organization, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were kind of giving me grief, kind of saying I should be, have an advantage. But I told them I was a pitcher, and it's true I've competed in home run derbies, but I was the pitcher when these things were going on, and they were real games while I'm not playing baseball anymore. And if it was a home run giving up contest, I'd have done pretty well.
But you guys, you raised over $31,000 for the Boys and Girls Club. What a great event, great way to spend an afternoon.
Oh my gosh, I mean, yeah, you can't beat that, to come out here and have batting practice with a couple of the Texans players, and we all had a blast. And it's the best thing about it is just the charity part, to be able to raise that much money. When you step back and look at it, that's a lot of money that goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs, and we're just honored for the Astros and the Reliant to put this on and let us come out and do it.
The most impressive individual performances, Matt Schaub hit 8 out. He was the individual winner. Eric Whitson with a couple of upper deck bombs and right. Pretty impressive, huh?
I was very impressed with Eric. He's a very large human being, and to be able to swing a baseball bat like he does is amazing, and he hit a lot in the upper deck. And then Matt Schaub was just on automatic, just right in the Crawford box, like every single time, just right in the same spot, just nice and easy swing. He was very impressive, too. You wouldn't expect that from a quarterback, not necessarily, but he was very impressive as well.
Well, James, thanks for being with us. And, hey, big tip of the cap to the Houston Texans. Reliant Energy raising a lot of money today for a great cause, Brownie.
Thanks, Bart. Yes, Matt Schaub has been known for the home run ball around here. He delivered again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The no-hit bid has been broken up by Atlanta's David Ross in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out against the lefty Scott Olsen of Washington. And Rodriguez is caught looking at strikeout number 6 already for Herron.
And if not for the leadoff double by Michael Bourne in the bottom half of the first, we might be starting to think about no for Herron the way he's going. 6 strikeouts, 9 batters into this game.
He is mowing them down. Bourne double to left off the wall. Michael taking ball 1. That one goes foul for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Padres should present quite a challenge for the Astros in the next series starting tomorrow night with Norris and Latos. Then Saturday night it's Felipe Paulino and John Garland, Roy Oswalt and Kevin Correa on Mother's Day, Sunday. 1-2. Friday night is the pink Astros cap giveaway to the first 10,000 fans, courtesy of AT&T. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Saturday, the pink Astros tote bag goes to the first 10,000 fans from Methodist Hospital. And Sunday, pink Astros T-shirt to the first 10,000 women 15 and older. Kraft and HEB, so you can get outfitted in a complete pink outfit by coming to all 3 games. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pink in the Park week. That's the theme. And players will be using those pink bats as well on Sunday. Strikeout number 7 for Herron keeps him in the lead 4-0 through 3.
David Horn was right on the spot. Catch the ball?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
And then?
Throw it back, of course.
And I noticed there was a lot of encouragement to your right.
Absolutely. These guys actually taught me how to play baseball. My dad, Gus, and Dennis as well. They were all involved in T-ball. They taught me to stay with the ball. I stayed with it. And Johnson owes me a watch.
Yeah, it was costly, wasn't it?
He owes me a watch. So definitely going to be calling him.
I'll take that up with him a little bit later. David Horn is our progressive fan of the game. Brownie.
Good catch, David. Ball 1 to Chris Snyder. 4-0 Arizona. He leads it off in the 4th. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. Snyder was caught looking in the 2nd inning.
Normally you would use your hands to catch the ball, and probably not your wrist, but that's okay.
2 balls and a strike.
Well, critical now that Wandy posts a couple of zeros here. The way Herron's going, he's going to be awfully tough to get to.
3-1. Arizona won 9-1 Monday night, then 1-0. Then the Astros took the 4-2 ball game last night. So the Astros pitching in the second and third games of the series, very effective, but the Diamondbacks are right back on it offensively tonight. 3-2 to Snyder. Pittsburgh is blowing out the Cubs 11-0 after 6. Struck him out. Number 4 for Rodriguez.
We talked about his curveball. He's got a real nice changeup tonight too. So that's the thing. I mean, sometimes you go out there and you have your good stuff and still get beat. And you just have to give credit to the other team. He's got a good curve tonight. His velocity's fine. It's where it normally is. The changeup has been real nice for him.
Strike to Dan Herron, who tapped back to the pitcher. Herron is a .214 career hitter with 1 homer, 20 runs batted in. He's had 220 major league at bats prior to this game. 1-1. Diamondbacks hoping they can get Brandon Webb back. Won't happen anytime soon. Lined up the right field line, slicing and going into the corner. Herron heads for second base. Hunter Pence to dig it out. Another double for Herron, his 3rd of the year, and a 6-game hitting streak for Herron.
This is incredible. Normally, at the big league level, you don't have the little league syndrome going on. You got the big kid that strikes everybody out and is hitting 500, but that's exactly what Herron is. He came into this game with a 500 batting average. I think it's a double here.
He's still at 500, 10 for 20.
Got 7 punch outs already.
Johnson is homered, and he scored a 2nd run after he was hit by a pitch.
He's the guy in Little League that when you went to face the next day, you didn't sleep the night before. Oh, no, we got to face.
Yeah, right.
Dan Herron tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to eat my dinner before the game. I'm so nervous.
1 ball and 1 strike to Kelly Johnson from Austin, Texas. Quintero out for a chat. Now there is bullpen action again for the Astros. Earlier it was Jeff Fulcino warming up in the top of the 3rd. We go to Greg Lucas.
I want to remind everyone that we are available on the internet if you want to talk about this game or whatever is on your mind, preferably having something to do with the Astros or baseball. Just go to foxsportshouston.com and click it on, or you can use the address foxsportshouston@yahoo.com. Would like to hear from you. Back to you guys.
Keppinger feels the roller by Johnson. Throws him out. Herron to third base. Wilton Lopez warming up in the Houston bullpen. That's out number 2.
And a manager in any game, he manages his own pitcher, but you have to manage the other pitcher as well. And with Herron being as sharp as he is, he just can't afford to give up any more. So if he doesn't get it pointed in the right direction, you're going to make that move to the pen.
Abreu is 2 for 2. He's hit the ball to the left side both times. Gets a curve, and that's good for strike 1. The Pittsburgh Pirates are trying to sweep a 3-game series from the Cubs. Lopez warming up for the Astros here. They lead it behind Brian Burris 11-0 after 6. Randy Wells took a beating, giving up 6 earned runs in 2 innings. Strike to Abreu, and he falls behind 0-2 with Upton on deck. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Cardinals are the only team in the NL Central over 500 right now. Cincinnati is at 500, 14-14. .72 pitches, of which 41 are strikes for Wandy.
The Reds playing good ball. They've won 7 of their last 10.
Lash past Blum into the left field corner to make it 5-0 Arizona. Abreu heads for second base. He's 3 for 3. That's RBI number 5 for him.
He jumped all over that high fastball. Abreu was hitting a .353 against lefties. He's a switch hitter. right side. He's really been tearing up not a lot of at-bats, but jumped all over that high heater. A.J. Hinch made a wise move inserting him in the lineup tonight.
Really did. Aaron scores. Abreu cashing in on his 7th start of the year. And now Brad Mills is walking out. He's got Wilton Lopez in the bullpen warmed up. 5-0 Diamondbacks. And he will go to Lopez here with the score. Arizona 5, Houston 0. Back in a moment.
Four View Deck 2 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 Astros caps for just $65. And stick around after the game for the spectacular Friday night fireworks presented by Marathon Oil. To purchase your tickets for a Coca-Cola Value Night, go to Astros.com. Brownie, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. And we have a call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon Wireless, bringing in Wilton Lopez with a runner at second, trailing 5-0 at 2 outs here in the 4th inning to face Upton. Upton is 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Lopez relies heavily on a good sinking fastball. There's a slider.
Grounded to Manzella. 1 pitch, 1 out for Lopez. Instant relief. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left for Arizona. 5-0 D-backs in the 4th. Berkman coming up for Houston. We have a trivia question for you. It's presented by AT&T. Who is the all-time youngest manager in Major League Baseball? Jeff Keppinger off the glove of a diving Mark Reynolds up the left field line. It kicks back out, and Keppinger heads for second. Will make it without a throw. A double for Keppinger, number 8 of the season. Aaron had retired 9 in a row after the leadoff double by Bourne. Now we check the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, showing you a blast that amounted to a game winner last night, ending the long drought for Carlos Lee. Bottom of the ninth, his 5th career walk-off homer, his 3rd walk-off with the Astros. The first for an Astros since Miguel Tejada in June of last year.
Yeah, I think, some pitchers may take umbrage to the guy who kind of watches a home run, but when it's a game winner like that, you're going to allow a guy to enjoy that moment a little bit.
Carlos taking ball 1. Struck out the first time up. Now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Aaron has been touched for 6 homers this year in 43 innings. Aaron started his season by beating the Padres opening day. Two balls and a strike.
Hey, shout out here to the fellows at the Firehouse 82 tuning in tonight. Appreciate all their efforts.
Where is 82 located, do you know?
Between 81 and 83.
Oh, okay. That really narrows it down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got any relief pitchers in that Firehouse?
We might have to get somebody up. You slide down the pole.
Up the middle and into center field. Lee will drive home Keppinger to get the Astros on the board, 5-1. RBI number 9 for El Caballo. He used the barrel down toward the end of the bat on that one.
And very good in RBI situations. He's staying through the middle of the dime. He keeps the hands back, takes a good long look at the pitch. He's not trying to yank it out of the ballpark. Just stays on it, stays through it. There's a start.
Back-to-back hits. Now it's Lance Berkman. He struck out in the first inning. Matt Cain and the Giants lead the Marlins 6-0, bottom of the 7th inning. All back for strike 1. Cain's given up 1 hit through 6 innings. The Astros on their next road trip starting Monday on the off day will travel to St. Louis. They'll play 3 there, then 3 in San Francisco and 2 in L.A. Berkman takes it. It's a 1-1 count. Aaron is from Monterey Park, California. Went to Pepperdine. Good baseball school.
Yeah, on the beach in Malibu.
Gorgeous campus.
Teammates with Noah Lowry, the lefty with the Giants. I still don't know if he's healthy, if he's back pitching. He's been on a commission for a long time now.
Yeah, I don't think he's pitched this year.
Mike Scott pitched at Pepperdine.
Sure did. Slap to third. Off Reynolds. Lee safe. Berkman safe on a hard hit grounder. It's an error on Reynolds, his 4th of the year.
I mentioned last night the Diamondbacks were a little shaky with their infield, but this is a tough chance. This ball really well hit by Lance. And Reynolds just gets caught flat-footed there and he's at the mercy of that bad hop.
21st error for Arizona this season. Now Hunter Pence. He went for the first pitch and grounded to Reynolds in the 2nd inning. There's an opening for the Astros here, trailing 5-1. Jeff Blum on deck. Aaron is the type of pitcher who consistently goes over 200 innings. 5 straight years he's done that.
Yeah, he's been very durable. Doesn't miss starts. Gives you 200+ innings. Count on him for 14, 15 wins a year.
Five straight years of at least 14 wins for Dan Herron. It's 0-2.
Well, first came up with the Cardinals. They used him in the bullpen and traded on to Oakland back in 02, 03, somewhere in there.
In December of 04. And in 05 with the A's, he was 14-12, gave them 217 innings. He just started reeling off wins once he got out of that bullpen into the rotation. There's a block by Snyder. 1-2. Lee at second and Berkman at first. The Astros are averaging 2.85 runs per game this year. Hitting .232 as a team. Grounded to short. Abreu to second. Johnson to first. Double play. 2 outs. Lee at third base.
Herron, a power pitcher, gets a lot of strikeouts. More of a fly ball pitcher than a ground ball guy, but in a situation where he needed one, he was able to get one. And this time the turn is quick enough to get Pence just by an eyelash down there at first base.
Second double play grounded into by Pence this year. Jeff Blum struck out looking. Chops one up the line. Foul. That really helps Herron after the error by Reynolds.
And that makes this that much more important. It's you really wanted to take advantage of that miscue. You had a chance for a big inning. Hunter were to split a gap somewhere or knock one out of here. The double play really cleans it up, and so a hit here can really help the Astros cause a lot. One on the scoreboard, two, and just in terms of a feeling in the dugout that they got a chance to come back on this guy.
No balls, 2 strikes, especially with the fact that the Arizona bullpen has been very shaky this year with a 6.61 ERA, the highest in the National League. Tap foul by Blum. Brad Mills has kept his bench players involved in the starting lineup. Has not allowed them to gather too much rust on the bench. Blum, of course, got all those starts at first base when Berkman was out. Jason Michaels there. Corey Sullivan have been occasional starters. 1-2. Brad from the University of Arizona. He and Terry Francona, teammates there and roommates. There's a note that Francona just managed his 1,000th game, and only 4 managers have a better winning percentage in the majors for their first 1,000 games than Francona. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Big Dan Herron. Diamondbacks are pretty happy with the work Rodrigo Lopez has been doing for them. He gave up just 3 hits in 7 innings last night, 2 runs. Pulled foul. Watch out, Bobby Meacham.
He's pretty cool down there, isn't he?
Yes, he was.
I mean, he just kind of no panic, recognize it, no back pedal.
He's the definition of cool.
He's playing a little deeper right now.
Look into left field. That's the big hit. As Plum gets run number 2 home after the double play ball, and that's his 5th run batted in. The Astros really needing that one.
Real good 2-strike approach there. Jeff, normally a pull hitter. He's gone this way a couple of times in recent games. Just great hitting there. Pitch out away from him. Just pokes it to left field.
Two out, 2-strike delivery. Manzella comes up now as Lee is home with the 2nd run of the inning. inning that started in such a promising way with a double single. Then there was an error. Manzella struck out in the second inning. He's at 0-1 in the count now. Fouls it away, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Manzella gave the baseball to his dad from his first major league hit last year. Also added to that with a home run ball last night. 58 pitches for Herron, 42 of them strikes. Wow, is that a high percentage?
Yeah, he doesn't walk people.
That is incredibly high. And he gets strike 3. In the 4th inning, the Astros go out on 2 runs and 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. It's 5-2 Diamondbacks. On this gorgeous night in downtown Houston, fans enjoying the weather and hoping for an Astros comeback. They got 2 runs in the 4th inning, and they trail 5-2 now as Wilton Lopez goes to work in the 5th. Wandy Rodriguez in 3 2/3 innings allowed 9 hits, 5 runs. He walked 1 and fanned 4.
So 19 hits allowed by Wandy now in his last 2 starts, recovering 8 2/3 innings.
Strike 1 for Wilton Lopez, who earned his first major league win in his last outing as an Astro back on the 21st of April. High drive, left center field. Bourne and Lee are converging, and Bourne makes a running catch.
Ball had some backspin and kind of hung up there a long time, and with Bourne's speed, he's able to track that thing down.
Excellent play by Bourne. Right behind Lee for out number 1 for Lopez. Lopez looking out there.
Breezy again here tonight. And the flags in center field are blowing out straight out to left field. But it can be deceiving.
LaRoche takes strike 1. He's 1 for 2. Well, Michael said the wind blew that 1 ball he caught last night off the bat of Johnson in the 7th inning and held it up in right center. He made the diving catch on the next play. Fly ball left toward the line for Carlos Lee. He's running hard, reaching out, can't make a catch. It kicks back, stays along the base of the wall. And now LaRoche is headed for third base. Here's the relay, and he makes it this time after being thrown out at third base in the 3rd inning.
Well, you know, and he about halfway between 2nd and 3rd, it was like he decided to slow down, like he was like, I probably should go back. But then I think he realized, no, I'm too far along. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I saw. We'll take a look at the replay.
He did.
It looked like he was second guessing his decision to go to third, but it was way too late to second guess it.
He really got slower for some reason. There he got
He's
slower.
kind of breaking down like it's going to be easy, and it wasn't that
easy. No. Cruising to his first triple of the year. Now the infield comes in with one out. They're in halfway.
He either got tired or it's just a good veteran knowing exactly how hard he needed to run.
Chris Young takes that pitch. Quintero failed to catch it. He might have been crossed up. His reaction there, he calls time and goes out to talk to Lopez. He might have crossed his pitcher a strike, or Lopez may have cost himself a strike by crossing him up.
Yeah, pretty good looking pitch. Second ball has popped out of Q's mitt tonight. More understandable if he was anticipating a breaking pitch and got that sinker. Especially Lopez's sinker has great diving action down and into a right-handed hitter. And if you're looking for a slider going the other way and he throws you that sinker, that's a thumb breaker.
Young's 2 for 2 with an RBI.
It's kind of funny. You don't get the catcher getting crossed up and there's nobody on second base. You're only using one signal.
Exactly. 1-1. Lopez had been called up the first time when Sammy Gervasio got hurt. Got his first major league win here against Florida. And then he went down. And Gervasio came back. Now Gervasio hurt again, and Lopez is back up again. He pounds the zone to make it 1-2 on Young.
Yeah, it just, a very small sample, but that outing he had against Florida where he picked up that win, his stuff was nasty that night. We saw him a little bit last year when he came up, and a little bit this year earlier. The numbers overall aren't good, but you got to love that sinker. I mean, that's a plus pitch.
Q talking with Mike Winters there, possibly about that first pitch to the batter here. And the fact that was called a ball, not sure what that conversation would be about other than that. Great action there on a sinker for a strikeout. Exactly what Lopez needed in that situation.
He's got such good movement on that fastball, you can really simplify. He doesn't have to get too fancy. Just throw a whole bunch of those.
Youngest all-time manager in Major League Baseball. AT&T wanted to know and now provides the answer. Handsome Lou Boudreau.
We were talking about that Oogs and I before the game, so I had to step aside on that one. I couldn't play.
Oh, 24 years old, player manager for Cleveland.
Hall of Famer, won an MVP award in '48.
Rusty Riles the batter. Ryle looks at it and it's ball one. He struck out and flied to right. Well, in a game such as this one, work of Lopez can really provide an opportunity for the Astros to come back and win it. So he's the key man right now, trailing 5-2. Rolled up the line at first. It goes foul. The Diamondbacks are able to add to their lead. It's going to be really difficult to beat them tonight. So even though the quote long man in the bullpen might not have the best ERA around, his work can certainly determine whether a team is able to turn around a game or not like this. And Gustavo Chacin might see some longer type relief situations as well. He's been starting at AAA Round Rock. Just added to the bullpen. Two balls and a strike. Tim Burdick on the DL. So Chacin is the left-hander in the bullpen, but he might not be used as a situational lefty, but rather just someone who pitches to several batters no matter which way they hit. Breezy in here tonight.
Well, yeah, we were talking about the flags a little while ago. The wind has picked up. The point I was going to make, I walked across the field on the way out last night, and it was blowing in hard from right field.
Oh. Almost made you want to put on the uni.
Well, it made me realize how the flags can be deceiving. I mean, the flags are blowing out hard to left, so I figured it wasn't helping to right, but I didn't realize how it swirls in here and how much it might knock a ball down to right field.
Mm-hmm. So just because the flags are indicating that wind blowing out to left doesn't mean it's necessarily so down on the playing field, which is below the street level. Grounded foul. And Lowbridge LaRoche at third base.
You mentioned Ryle last time up. His dad having been a big leaguer. LaRoche's father, Dave, of course, pitcher for a good while in the major leagues. His brother. No other sport has the family connections like baseball.
Yeah.
You don't hear that in basketball or football quite as much.
Off the end of the bat, it's popped up. Could be trouble with this wind. Berkman over the shoulder, can't make the play. Hunter Pence couldn't get there. Keppinger also found that to be out of his range.
And Lance, the closest one to that ball. That's unfortunate because the other two guys had a better angle. If either one of them could have got there, you would have preferred that they were able to call Lance off and make the play. That's a long way to go, and Lance he sees Hunter out of the corner of his eye and loses track of it.
If he's a slower first baseman, maybe Keppinger cuts over and catches that. But he was closer to the ball, so Keppinger appeared to slow up there at the end.
Yeah, that's one of those balls everybody wants, but nobody wants. You got to pursue it, but that's a tough play.
Yeah.
And in terms of priority, if Keppinger felt like he could get there, or Hunter felt like he could get there, they should have been screaming for it. But you can't call it until you know you can make a play on it. So you pursue it until you know you can make a play on it. You don't want a guy peeling off, and he turns out to be the only option.
That's true. Looked like it was still bothering Keppinger that ball wasn't caught just by the reaction we got. And that's close, but it's called ball 3. 3-2 to Ryle with 2 outs.
On the plate, maybe a little bit low.
Chris Snyder's on deck. 10 hits for Arizona, 4 for Houston. Tap to third. Barehanded. Blum throws to Berkman, who digs it out. Safe at first, and the run scores. Berkman turns around and heads for the umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt. And Brad Mills is right behind.
Well, what a play by Jeff Blum. I mean, he does just a marvelous job. Barehand, one hop throw, and I think they got him.
No wonder they argued.
Close, but I thought they got him. It's a couple plays, yeah, they got him.
Sure did.
So there was that play at second base where Upton was called safe on the steal. Should have been out. Now this one goes against the Astros as well.
Close call, but a marvelous play by both Blum and Berkman. And Ryle is credited with an infield RBI single to make it 6-2.
It's a tough night for the boys in blue on the right side, Runge and Wendelstedt. We'll likely review video of it later. And man, I can't believe I missed that one.
Now it's Snyder. He struck out twice.
So umpires, they get villainized by the home crowd when they miss a call like that, but they care and it eats at them. So look at that video later and realize they missed it. Gnaw at him a little bit.
Well, Blum really got rid of that ball quickly. Jeff has not played a whole lot of third base this year. Strike makes it 1-1.
LaRoche's willingness to go to third really paid off, too. Obviously, he doesn't score on that base hit from second.
Lopez steams a throw over to first on Ryle. Well, LaRoche coming home, having a big night. He's 2 for 3. Diamondbacks playing add-on. They got 1 in the first, 3 in the third, single runs in the fourth and fifth. It's 2-1 to Snyder. Texas leads Kansas City 8-3. They're in the top of the fifth at Texas. Billy Butler hit his third for Kansas City. Justin Smoke, number 3 for the Rangers.
S-M-O-A-K.
Yeah. Atlanta got 2 in the 8th to tie Washington. 2-2 now, bottom of the 9th. Strike, and it's 2-2. Boston leads the Angels 7-6. They're in the bottom of the 6th at Fenway. Victor Martinez belted his second for Boston. Mike Napoli number 1 for the Angels. Snyder fouls one, keeping the count at 2-2. Chris's biggest home run year in the big leagues was 16 in 08. A.J. Hinch and his club head for home after this series. It's been a pretty good road trip for them. A long one. They may be getting Connor Jackson back by the weekend. Fly ball left. Carlos Lee in. Two-ended in the top of the 5th. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. 6-2 Arizona.
And the seat locations. Plans start at just $42. Also, check out the all-you-can-eat, Hunter's Lodge, Division Rivals, and Price Matters 6-game plans as well. Go to Astros.com to pick out your plan. Brownie, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. Fans enjoying the evening so far. They'd enjoy it a little bit more if the Astros got on that scoreboard again here in the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 6-2.
Stylish young man right there.
Yeah. To right center, Upton calling. 1 pitch, 1 out as Quintero puts the ball in the air.
Look at that dude.
He is stylish. Now we get a pinch hitter, Matsui, batting for Wilson Lopez. Kazuo, a 196 hitter for 46 at bats, has no homers, 1 RBI. As a pinch hitter, he's 2 for 4. With those numbers overall for the season. And he's only had 3 right-handed at bats. Taking ball 1. Wilson Lopez went an inning and a third, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 1 strikeout. Line toward the left field corner. Ryle got a good jump. 2 outs. Time now for our Doing More on Defense feature, brought to you by the Home Depot, showing you Michael Bourne ranging into left center field on this fly ball behind Carlos Lee as Reynolds hit it and Bourne able to get there, running to his right.
And the only real drama on this play was he and Carlos were going to collide. And Michael gets squashed into that wall out there because he knew he was going to run it down.
He has a double in 2 trips tonight. Ball 1 to Michael. He has been a major part of the Astros offense, leading the club in doubles, extra base hits, walks, and on base average. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michael. Ty Wigginton hit his 10th homer for Baltimore. The Orioles leading at Minnesota 2-0 after 6.
Wiggy going off.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good guy.
He really is. He'll play any position on the field without complaining. Bourne, and it's backhanded by LaRoche, who gets it to the pitcher Heron, who tags him.
Smart play. He wasn't going to beat him.
That's right. Put the glove out, and Bourne ran into the tag for out number 3. It's 6-2 Diamondbacks through 5. To Lance Berkman. He gets it on to Tommy Manzella, and the call actually was missed at second base on Upton. He came off the bag and was tagged by Manzella, but Ryan Runge didn't see it that way and called him safe. The Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by the Frost Brewed Coors Light.
It was good base running by Upton. He was going on first move, and then he moved inside the baseline to create a difficult throwing angle for Berkman, and then slid to the back corner of the bag and initially beat the play, but ultimately came off of it. Manzella stayed with the play, but Ryan Runge didn't see it. Mueller now takes over for Lopez, pitching for the 9th time this year. No wins or losses, a 4.61 earned run average. Got to face the best hitter in the Diamondback lineup.
Dan Herron, 500 hitter, 1 for 2 tonight. Fly ball, Michael Bourne. They got him on 1 pitch. Moeller worked a couple of innings Monday night in the 9-1 Arizona win and gave up 5 hits and 3 runs. As one of 4 pitchers to go in that game. Kelly Johnson led off this game with a homer to left. Then he was hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd and bounced out in the 4th. Moeller has gone more than 1 innings in 5 of his 8 appearances. More than 1 inning, and there's strike 1 to Johnson. Ryan usually with his economy of pitches can go as far as the manager wants him to within reason. And in a game like this, he would probably stay in until his spot came up in the lineup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Speaking of relief pitchers, there is some. It's 1-2 to Johnson. Ryan has made that transition once again from starter, which he was last year, to reliever. He had not pitched out of the bullpen since April of 2008. It's 2-2 to Johnson. Brad Bergeson has the shutout going for Baltimore and Minnesota against Carl Pavano. Wigginton playing second base now for the Orioles. That's a topspin liner to right. Hunter Pence makes the pickup on Kelly Johnson's single. Johnson on for the third time tonight.
Pretty impressive swing of the bat there. That pitch was up about letter high. With his swing, he's got a little bit of an uppercut in it. Normally, you wouldn't think he'd be able to get to a pitch that high. He really worked hard to get on top of it.
That's 12 hits now for the Diamondbacks. Tony Abreu has 3 of those. Pair of singles and a double for Abreu, while giving Stephen Drew a rest at shortstop. Abreu takes ball 1.
Situation here, if the Diamondbacks were inclined, it'd be a good situation to play a little hit and run. Muller's typically around the plate. The guy you figure you can make contact on.
There goes the runner. Popped up. Carlos Lee digging in toward the infield and makes the catch on the run. Now he's got a double play shot at first, and he got his man. Throwing a strike to a stretching Berkman for a 7-3 double play. Johnson doubled off first. No runs a hit, nobody left. It's 7-3 on the double play.
Yeah, I mean, he never looked for the ball.
No.
He's been a straight steal.
6-2, Arizona leads. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Astros getting that double play. Carlos Lee now has 2 outfield assists tonight and 3 for the year. Made that throw to third to get LaRoche back in the 3rd inning. And then coming in, he fired on the fly to Berkman. Double off Johnson. Jeff Keppinger leads it off.
And Kelly Johnson either got deked by the Astros middle infielders or just never heard the ball, never saw the ball, because obviously had he would have slammed on the brakes a little bit sooner.
Keppinger rolls it to second. Johnson over to first, 1 out.
Well, typically in a hit and run play, most guys even do it on the straight steal. They look in for the hitter, and he never looks into the hitter until real late. He's trying to pick up a coach. They're doing a little deep job on him in the middle of the infield.
So he had no idea where the ball was.
And then he gets back to first, and if he's safe, what good is that going to do him? Because he overruns the base, and instead of sliding, he would have had to get it in a rundown between first and the dugout.
Carlos Lee to left field. Ryle back. 2 outs. And now Lance Berkman. Aaron has needed only 3 pitches so far here in the 6th inning.
That's the add-on run they got in the 5th. And you got that comfortable 4-run lead. That allows him to be very aggressive and get some quick outs. And pitch very deep into this game. He's only thrown 68 pitches.
Ball 1 to Berkman.
And he's in position here to take this thing to the house.
Abreu completes a very easy 6th inning for Herron. The Diamondbacks up 6-2.
Houston Astros baseball on Fox Sports Houston is brought to you by Clear Wireless, by Steel, and by Chevy. 6-2, the Arizona Diamondbacks with the lead as we move to the 7th inning. Kevin Eschenfelder back with you, and hoping you'll join us on the post-game show. Astros Live coming up immediately following the game here from Brad Mills, head to the clubhouse, all that and more. Steve Sparks will be joining me for the post-game show. And JD, I've got a word for you. Got any advice for Sparky this weekend?
Me give advice to Sparky? Kidding me?
So nothing.
Nothing?
No words of advice. He's thinking.
Let me see. Who are we playing? The Padres.
Padres.
He could come up with an all clergy team.
Okay.
You work on that.
Yeah.
Deacon Jones.
Yeah. Ooh, very good, man. That was quick.
Preacher Rowe.
Saw Deke yesterday.
Preacher Rowe.
Well,
Adam Nunn.
And there's St. Clair out there too.
Adam Nunn.
St. Clair.
Yeah. Randy St. Clair. That's right. And so Steve will float in here tomorrow night and work the Friday and Sunday games for JD, who's off for a graduation weekend. Tommy Manziel at shortstop. The count is 2-0 for Brian Moeller, working to Justin Upton. 2-1. And Jeff Bagwell joins us Saturday night, as he's going to do for the home games all season long on Saturday night. 3-1 to Upton. Moeller in his 2nd inning of work. Throws ball 4. Upton reaching for the 2nd time tonight, and it's Mark Reynolds next. 2nd walk by a Diamondback to go with a hit batsman tonight.
I have to wish a happy anniversary to Roy Oswalt.
Oh.
This is the anniversary of his Major League debut.
Oh, okay.
May 6, 2001. Right-handed fireballer called up from Round Rock.
Didn't he get a win in relief? Maybe not his debut. His first Major League win was in relief.
He pitched an inning in relief in Montreal.
Okay.
Gave up 2 hits and a run.
I think his first Major League win was in relief against Cincinnati.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Reynolds taking ball one.
Well, Julio Lugo was 5 for 5 in that game. Kind of fun to look back at these old box scores.
Yeah, it is. You go on retro sheet. Towering pop-up. Manzella in.
Major League pop-up.
Right, watch out. One down.
I have retro sheet sometimes in Stats Pass. Okay. High skies. Wind blowing high overhead. Makes my neck sore just to watch it.
Yeah, it does. Adam LaRoche comes up. He has a single and a triple tonight in 3 tries. Brian Burris in Pittsburgh polished off the Cubs 11-1 to sweep that series. They beat Randy Wells. Washington got a run in the 9th and knocked off Atlanta 3-2. Throw over to first. Tyler Clippard got that victory to go to 4-0, beating Eric O'Flaherty. This afternoon, Roy Halladay and the Phillies beat the Cardinals 7-2. Halladay now 6-1 with a 1.45 ERA. He beat Kyle Loesch, who was winless.
And Jason Worth hit a 3-run homer. And Jason Worth, fitting because he's from the same hometown as Robin Roberts, who just passed away, the great Philly, one-time Astro. They shared a bond, so it was a big day for Worth.
Robin Roberts, the all-time winningest Philly right-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think he had over 300 complete games in his career.
He also gave up more home runs than any other pitcher, but Jamie Moyer is getting really close.
Yeah, he's knocking on the door.
505 for Robin. I think Jamie's at 497 now. Snap throw to first by Q. Pretty close play on Upton. 2 balls and a strike.
Base runners with their secondary lead, they're taught step and shuffle. I might have to do a shuffle and a half instead of that second shuffle. Quintero.
Yeah, he'll speed up that shuffle if you want to get back. 2-1 the count. It's 3 balls and a strike. Toronto leads the White Sox 2-0. They've played 6 in Chicago. The attendance here is 21,019 paid attendance at Minute Maid Park. Big weekend coming up, featuring the Padres, who are right in the thick of things in the NL West. They started off tomorrow night at 7:05. 3-2. Runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss. Quintero's throw to Manzella. The home plate umpire is making a call. He's going to call batter's interference on LaRoche, who struck out, and send Upton back to first base. Quintero got whacked, and he is working his jaw. Oh, yeah.
That's interesting that he got hit by the follow-through of the swing, and interference was ruled by the home plate umpire. We had the game the other night where the hitter, I can't remember who it was, held his bat out over. Remember? He tried to make the throw through, and they didn't rule interference.
That's right. LaRoche has a long follow-through on his swing.
And there doesn't have to be intent.
No.
It's almost, normally when you see that interference call at home plate, it's when the hitter swings and kind of drifts across home plate. And contact is created that way, usually not with the backswing.
Chris Young is a batter. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Ball one. Did you ever see that one on Ed Armbruster in the World Series 1975 with Carlton Fisk?
Well, I remember that being a big play.
And he
What was the ruling?
Now time is called. Runner at first base is called time. Upton. Well, he bunted. Armbruster bunted, and he sort of took a step back, and then Fisk was charging and trying to get out in front of the plate to get the bunt, and they collided. And there was no interference rule on Armbruster. 2 hopper to second. Manzella going to first. No runs, no hits, and a man stranded at 7th inning stretch time. It's 6-2 Diamondbacks. Our Energy Insight is brought to you by Center Point Energy, showing you that Wandy Rodriguez gave up 5 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings on 9 hits. And Diamondbacks, top of the order, has really done a number tonight, JD.
Yeah, 5 out of 7. A home run by Kelly Johnson to start the ball game. We knew coming in it was going to be tough with Dan Herron on the hill. 3 spots, and they scored in the 3rd inning. Obviously, very meaningful. A couple bad calls against the Astros tonight. Not easy calls, close calls, but I think the Astros got burnt by a couple of bad calls. There's Gerardo Parra. He takes over in left field.
Replacing Ryle. Ryle was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jeff Fulcino warming up. Cracked bat, 1 hopper, back to Herron. 1 out here in the 7th inning. And the Astros so far have had just that 1 real shot at Herron in the 4th inning. Starting with a Keppinger double, RBI single by Lee, then an error on Reynolds, but he got the double play ball on Pence.
You know, it's interesting when you look at your lineup card, you see a lot of strikeouts early in the game. And then once he got that lead, he started to be more aggressive, attacking the strike zone, not so much worried with swings and misses, fearful of deep counts. He just wanted to get outs early so he could stay in this ball game. And that's the beauty of playing behind the clever pitching for a club that scores runs for you. You can get a 3-4 run lead. You can be more aggressive, have some quick innings, and allows you to stick around longer.
Along with a foul ball, it's 0-2 to Jeff, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Well, Herron, since 2005, has just been a heck of a workhorse. And he also is first in the majors in quality starts with 120. Foul ball past LaRoche. 5 straight seasons and 215 innings. That's the longest active streak in the majors. And he's first in quality starts, second in innings, tied for second in starts. 3rd in the strikeout to walk ratio, 4.15 strikeouts for every walk. Bounce to first. LaRoche is there, going to Herron. But if you picked on a lot of baseball fans and asked them the top 5 in those last 5 years. He might not come to mind. There's Fulchino.
No, he kind of flies beneath the radar a little bit when you talk about the elite pitchers in the game. I think, in our league, anyway, in the National League, people talk about Lindstrom and now Halladay. Cliff Lee when he was with the Phillies, Wainwright and Carpenter in St. Louis. And Herron's kind of guy. You say, what about Herron? They go, oh, yeah, Herron. Yeah, he's really good, too.
Manzella up the middle. There's Abreu whirling and making a fine play. That's 10 straight retired by Herron, and through 7, it's 6-2 D-backs.
With you. Just subscribe to MLB.tv and you can see every Astros game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Astros.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, it's baseball everywhere. Bill, back to you.
Thanks, Bart. Jeff Fulchino's in the game to pitch the 8th inning. It's 6-2. Arizona leading Houston has out-hit the Astros 12-4. Fulchino coming in for the first time since Sunday in Atlanta. Those are his numbers for the first 10 appearances this season.
He should be nice and fresh tonight. Have a little extra something on that fastball.
Well, he had a good outing Sunday. 2 hitless innings with 4 strikeouts in Atlanta. In the 7-1 loss, he was not involved in that decision. Gerardo Parra works at strike 1. Parra has started the first 3 games of this series. 265, no homers, 7 runs batted in. A little outfielder. 4 for 13 in this series with 2 runs batted in. And it's 0-2. Last night, Parra had an RBI triple and an RBI double.
Hey, it's his birthday today.
How about that?
He shares it with Willie Mays, Toots Shore, Sigmund Freud. What does that mean? It must mean something. Martin Brodeur, George Clooney, and Bob Seger.
Silver Bullet Band. That's a strikeout, out number 1.
Bob Seger, 65 today.
Ooh.
Not working on those night moves quite as much anymore.
No. Out number 1, and here's Snyder coming up. Snyder has struck out twice and hit a fly ball to left. Boston lead the Angels 11-6 after 6 in Boston. And there's strike 1. Fulchino popping it by Snyder upstairs. Milwaukee and the Dodgers are about to start out west. Brewers have laid an 11 spot on the Dodgers each of the last 2 nights.
Bob Uecker out of the hospital, home recovering now from his heart surgery. So
good.
Hopefully all is going well with Ueck.
Absolutely. Voices of the game. Bob Uecker, Ernie Harwell. Kansas City got 5 in the 6th to tie Texas. 9-9 in the middle of the 6th inning. 1-2. Let's see what else is going on. Roy Halladay won. Uecker out of the hospital. Milton Bradley has asked the Mariners for help. Alex Gordon sent to AAA to play the outfield.
Saw that story on Milton Bradley. Took him out of the game the other day. He was very upset. Went to the GM and manager and said he needed help with issues, I guess.
Yeah.
That was.
Got some personal problems. Well, he's had those temperamental issues for years now. And unfortunately, they're surfacing again. They had hoped that the fresh start in Seattle might smooth over those problems. Strikeout for Fulcino.
Well, that rest has paid off. He's fresh. Good heater. Good split finger. That's a hat trick for Chris Snyder. With the big home run here the other night. He knows it's a humbling game.
Well, Fulcino was humbled early this season. He gave up 4 runs in 1/3 of an inning in his second appearance. Since then, though, he's turned it around. Dan Herron 1 for 3. Just took ball 1. He doubled and scored in the 4th. But Fulcino had a very good year last year, his rookie season. Fly ball, Michael Bourne backing. That's a quick 8 for Jeff Fulcino. Keep the score 6-2 Arizona. Dan Herron has really had a big night. He's retired 10 in a row now. He has struck out 8 in this game and really has put things together very nicely on the way to what could be his 4th win of the year.
7 of those 8 strikeouts coming in the first 3 innings. And lately it's been just attacking the Astro hitters. In the last 3 innings he's used 18 pitches to get 9 outs.
Strike 1 to Quintero.
It's almost as many pitches as Roy Oswalt had in that at bat the other night.
Yeah. Jason Michaels is on deck to hit for the pitcher. There's the bunt by Quintero. And Herron will throw and not get it. Bunt single by the catcher, Quintero. That's rare. Herron had set down 10 in a row since the Blum hit.
Q shows bunt every now and then, and he's tried to bunt for a base hit on occasion. Normally you associate the bunt single with the speed guy, but you know, if you put down a good bunt, you don't have to be Ralph Garr to beat it out.
Jason Michaels pinch hits for Jeff Fulcino. Who in one inning allowed no hits, no runs, with no walks, and struck out 2. Chris Sampson's warming up. Michaels is 4 for 20. There's strike 1 to J. Mike. He just had his 34th birthday. Now he's talking with Mike Winters in a very animated way.
I think he feels like he got quick pitched. Stepping in the box, wasn't ready. I'm guessing, or maybe just didn't like the call. It's a pretty good pitch.
J. Mike turned 34 Tuesday. As a pinch hitter, he's 2 for 11 with a homer. Liner into right center. Quintero to second base on the pinch hit by Michaels, and now the ball's dropped, but Quintero had stopped. First and second, nobody out with Michael Bourne coming out.
If he had taken a big aggressive turn around second base, he may have been able to advance on that mishandle out there in center field. And he'd already started to break it down by that point.
Chris Young gets it back in, and it's Michael Bourne now. Quintero at second, Michaels at first. That's the 11th pinch hit for the Astros this season. Reynolds is in tight on the grass at third for Bourne, who's 1 for 3. Ball 1 to Michael.
This is the ball game right here. 2 on, nobody out. 8th inning, top of the order up.
Aaron's only thrown 82 pitches. Now 2-0.
Probably hasn't had too many 2-0 counts tonight.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't walked anybody. Had a 3-2 count back in the 3rd inning when he struck out Michael Bourne.
He retired after the leadoff double for Michael Bourne in the 1st inning. He retired one of the reverses. 9 in a row before Keppinger hit the leadoff double. And they put him in the stretch for the first time in a while, and he struggled. Same thing here. Had a nice run of outs. 2 drops down the bunt. Into the stretch he goes. Base hit Michaels. 3-0 Bourne.
And he retired 10 in a row until this inning. Now 3-1 to Michael. Dana Eveland of Toronto is pitching a beauty tonight. 2-0. He leads the White Sox through 7. He's given up 2 hits. Bourne takes a walk to load the bases. And that's the first walk of the night for Herron. With Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach, headed out.
Create some activity in the Diamondback bullpen. Fans here feeling it a little bit. Not a big crowd. Not a whole lot to cheer about the way Herron has performed tonight. Bases juice for 2, 3, and 4.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr. pitched in the Astros farm system. Back in the mid-'80s, he was traded to Kansas City for Buddy Biancalana. The Ford League leaders will show you the homers allowed by relief pitchers. Arizona has allowed the most in the majors, 17. It's Keppinger with the bases loaded, nobody out. He doubled in the 4th. He swung at the first pitch. He's 1 for 3. Swings at that first pitch and fouls it, strike 1. The Astros, as a team, much under Keppinger's career .500 batting average with the bases loaded. The Astros, as a team, are hitting .143 with the bases loaded. Keppinger on 1 hop. Johnson feeds Abreu. Abreu completes the double play. And Quintero scores, but the double play is the second of the night for Herron, and both have come in critical rallying situations for the Astros.
Well, the good ones just have a knack, don't they?
Yes.
Pitch your way out of trouble. I mean, Keppinger put a good swing on it, hit it pretty hard, but turns into a pretty easy double play. They get 1 run home, but that's a trade the Diamondbacks will gladly take.
1 hopper right at Johnson. Now runner at third. A.J. Hinch has to love that visit to the mound by Stottlemyre. And it's Carlos Lee.
Have to give Stottlemyre a QV quality visit there. It's a big one.
He said his dad is doing a lot of fishing up the state of Washington now. Mel, the former Astros pitching coach, helped out in spring training with the Diamondbacks this year. 1-1. He was very pleased with Mel Stottlemyre Jr. with the start of Ian Kennedy a couple of nights ago. Very good glove side command. 1-2.
Yeah, that means for a right-handed pitcher, he was able to command the outside corner to right-handed hitters, throwing the ball across the plate. Away to righties, in on lefties.
Up the middle. Abreu will have to get up and throw, and he gets him that way. Excellent play by Abreu to rob Carlos lead. And the Diamondbacks infielders turn some tricks here in the 8th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and a man stranded at third. It's 6-4. Astros baseball on Fox Sports Houston is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers and the 2010 F-150, by the Progressive Insurance Group, and by Southwest Airlines. Diamondbacks 6, Astros 3 here in downtown Houston. Jason Michaels stays in after delivering the pinch hit to play left field. Carlos Lee leaving the game, and Chris Sampson comes in to occupy the number 3 spot in the order. He has no decisions. His ERA is 1.64.
Yeah, because the starters have been pitching well lately. The bullpen fairly well rested. Chris also has not worked since the Atlanta series. He's on for the 12th time. Very good numbers. .64 for an ERA. .231 batting average against.
He faced only one batter Sunday in his most recent appearance and struck him out in Atlanta in the 7-1 loss. Kelly Johnson has really caused problems for the Astros. Homer, hit batsman, single. Leadoff man reaching 3 times. His on-base average was .372 when the game started. Strike 1 to Johnson. Quite a play by Abreu on Lee to end the inning right after the double play. So Heron worked himself out of that trouble. Bases loaded, nobody out, allowing only 1 run. That's a strike call for Sampson. 2-1. Johnson has walked 14 times this year. Now he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike with Abreu on deck. Upton due to bat third. Grounded to second. Keppinger to Berkman, 1 out. Diamondbacks would be a game under 500 if they won this one tonight. Abreu's had quite a night for them. 3 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and some good work at shortstop. The return engagement for these two clubs will be in early September in Arizona. That's ball one.
So it'll only be like 104 then, as opposed to the 116 we're used to getting when we go to the desert.
It's true. Line pass plumb into left field. Hit very sharply for the 4th hit of the night for Abreu.
You're going to keep this guy out of the lineup, A.J. Hinch.
Even Drew's pretty good.
Flopping out there, making all kinds of plays at shortstop. 4-4.
That's a new career high for him for hits in a major league game. 4 for Abreu, but he happens to be behind Drew at short and Johnson at second. Second is his best defensive position. So A.J. Hinch will just have to work him in occasionally. Upton has an RBI single, 1 for 3 with a walk.
Yeah, that's the mark of a good team when you've got good players on the bench.
Ball 1 to Upton. That is so true, because sometimes they have to play for 2 or 3 weeks at a time if there's an injury.
And if you get stuck in a position where you have guys whose reputation is, well, he's a good bench player, but if he's playing almost every day, then you've got some weaknesses. Diamondback lineup, pretty stout.
Well, the number 8 hitter has an OPS of 939. 2 balls and a strike. Texas got 2 in the bottom of the 6th and leads Kansas City 11-9 after 6. Vladimir Guerrero added his 4th long ball. Blum to second. Keppinger to first. Safe at first. 2 long throws required, and the ball took 2 big hops. Out number 2 went from 5 to 4. Upton safe, and he runs well.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was as close as it was, because Jeff had to back up and handle that big high hop, and then the 2 long throws. You thought he would beat it easily. Real close, but close enough.
2 really good throws, too. Hard and accurate. Mark Reynolds had a sac fly in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Ball 1 for Sampson. Minnesota's batting in the bottom of the 9th, trailing Baltimore 2-0. 1 ball and 1 strike to Reynolds. Tampa Bay and Seattle underway out west. They've played 1 with no score. Seattle general manager Jack Zarensic sounds ready to make a trade, but it's too early, he says. Nobody's in the dealing mood yet. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, most GMs tell you they like to kind of watch their club play for the first couple months, and around Memorial Day start to think about what they're going to do to either try to improve their club, or if they're thinking about making a move, trading a veteran for some prospects, and start to talk then. But generally, the big deals all come down right around the trade deadline.
Well, the Mariners are in last place. They're 11-16. They've lost 5 in a row.
But I guess the good news for the Mariners is there are only 3 back coming into play tonight.
Right.
Nobody's running away and hiding with that division. Oakland just a game above 500 in first place. They're 1 week away from being a first place club. Jack, don't panic.
Well, they made a lot of improvement last year. People were picking the Mariners to be a playoff team. Rolled off the mound, and Zealot to his left. Throwing to Berkman takes care of the final out here in the top of the 9th. With no runs ahead and a man stranded, 6-3 Diamondbacks, bottom of the 9th ahead.
Back 6-3 this week on Fox Saturday Baseball. The Yankees head to Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox in a showdown between two of the most bitter rivals in all of sports. Oh boy, these teams, they hate each other. Coverage of Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Budweiser. 2 Central following This Week in Baseball. That's at 1:30, and it's on Fox.
Dan Herron is trying for his first complete game of the season. Lance Berkman is the batter, bottom of the 9th inning. 3-run lead for Herron, and it's ball 1. Berkman is 0 for 3 in this game. Herron has thrown 93 pitches. He has 9 career complete games. The last one July 10th of last year. He falls behind, 2 balls, no strikes. Hunter Pence on deck. Jeff Blum due up third. Herron falls behind, 3-0.
Good pitch there. By his body language, he thought he had a strike. Herron's been 2 different pitchers tonight. A power guy early, and getting a lot of ground balls in the middle innings on.
3-1. He struck out 8 in the first 4 innings. 9 ground ball outs since the 4th. Berkman draws a walk.
Nope.
He thought he did.
That pitch was lower than the first strike. A little bit of a delayed call there, too.
Herron went 8 innings 2 starts ago at Colorado.
Let's see what Fox Tracks has to say. Number 5. Yeah, Fox Tracks here. That ball's low.
3-2. Outside the left field line. Reynolds is over. The wind working it, and it's still out of play. How the fans work.
Very elusive when he gets down there under the seats. Still don't know where it is.
Well, let's see. Where did that thing go anyway? Nobody got it. It's down there somewhere. Oh, she had it. Okay. And another foul ball. This one to the upper deck. 6 hits for the Astros tonight. They have 2 doubles. The other singles. And once again, just difficult for them to score more than 3 runs in a game this year. Their average is 2.85 runs per game.
Now they're up against a tough guy here tonight. You know, figured it would be a tough matchup. The way the Astros have struggled to score runs with Herron on the hill. To be honest with you, if we were playing a little Bob Barker, let's make a deal. If you said 3 runs tonight, I would have said I'll take it. I'll take my chances with Wandy. Hope we could shut him down.
Kelly Johnson handles out number 1. Hunter Pence is 0 for 3. 3 ground outs. The second one was into a double play. Herron is trying for his 4th straight win against the Astros. He beat Wandy last year in Arizona 4-3. There's strike 1. This is his longest outing against Houston for his career. And a couple of outs away from starting the season 4-1. It's 1-1. The Astros face Matt Latos tomorrow night. They've never seen him before. Bud Norris goes for Houston. Foul ball makes it 1-2. Felipe Paulino draws John Garland Saturday night, and Sunday it's Roy Oswalt and Kevin Correa. That's the end of the homestand.
And off to St. Louis, San Francisco, and L.A.
Backhanded, Abreu straightens up, throws low, and out at first. Another Wendelstedt's call is being greeted by boos.
piling on for that call earlier in the game on the Blum play. Listen, Brady's having a real nice night in the field and at the plate. I think they got him.
Looks like they got it. Jeff Blum is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ball 1. Tommy Manzella on deck with the Astros down to their final out, trying to avoid their 9th loss in the last 10 games. Smacked on a line to center field. Pretty impressive bat work by Blum on that one. He's 2 for 4.
He's hitting .313 coming into this ball game. Continues to swing the bat well. Dan Herron was hoping that Chris Young would come in and make a shoestring catch on this ball.
Powered right through that low pitch. Lined it to center. Now it's Manzella who's 0 for 3. Quintero comes out to the on-deck circle. That was his 7th hit for Houston. Strike to Manzella. Arizona has led this game ever since the leadoff man in the top of the first, Kelly Johnson, hit a homer. It's 0-2. Herron has snapped off a lot of good sliders tonight.
And he's got a real nice assortment of pitches. He's got good velocity and movement on his fastball. Slider is an outstanding pitch. Dandy of a splitter. He's a slider again.
And a complete game, the first of the year, number 10 of his career for Dan Herron. He finishes with strikeout number 9 of the night and walked only 1 along the way. Herron goes to 4-1, beating Wandy Rodriguez, who is 1-4. Arizona takes 3 out of 4 in this series. A.J. Hinch's club completing a 6-5 road trip. Headed back home now. Final score, Arizona 6, Houston 3 tonight.